So I'm going to show you what's going on right now.
So usually we've got my cutting board here. This is all the same, but I've been rearranging stuff because look what's here now. I've got my own long arm. This is the Unique 21X Elite. This is the brand spanking new model, and I haven't even gotten to play with it yet. So we're gonna see some more quilting videos, but it's all in here.
So now my long arm's all set up and ready to go, but I have nothing to give it a test run with before I jump into my bigger quilts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make some quick little quilt tops, a big expanded 9-patch. I'll have to look at the official title, but this is gonna be great. It'll be a nice little baby quilt so that I can get donated in the end, but also give this guy a run for its money. So let's start cutting out some fabric. So this is for the supersized 9-patch, that's the official title. It's a free pattern that I've had for years, and it just needs 1 yard of each fabric, and it'll shuffle around to make 3 different quilt tops. So I've got some kitties and 2 different star prints to get some variety in there. So we're gonna chop these up. It needs 1 yard of each, and then I'm gonna chop them up to size, and we'll start sewing these together. So now that I've got all my pieces cut, I've got to flip them and rotate them so then they all are similar but different. So for my borders, I'm going to switch my bottom to be the kitties, just because I have to rotate once. And then this one, I'm going to take these 2 and move them to the bottom. So then we have all of our pieces, and now I just start sewing them together. So now I've got my top piece from each of my piles, so I'm going to sew the squares onto one of the border pieces and the other border onto the end of the centerpiece, and then put it all together. It'll be a real quick baby quilt top that it's going to be multiplied by 3. One quilt top done. So now I'm gonna go and knock out the other 2. And then when I come back, we'll probably be doing some Frankenstein batting, figure out what I have in my stash that'll be big enough to do a backing, or if I need to go get some Kona. But these kitties are so cute. These are gonna be cute little quilts. And the good size too. Okay, it is like 10:30 on May 11th, and we're about to do the maiden voyage of the robotics. My brother told me to install some new drivers, but look who is here for the adventure. You ready, Trixie?
So I left this flat. Clearly Trixie was here when I was going to get my camera, but in the spirit of stash busting, I found this piece of wide back that was clearly cut off like two sides of a quilt. So I sewed it down the middle in hopes that'd be big enough, and it is very close. Returning to the scene of the crime. It is very close down the edges, so I might be playing risky business on my first quilt on my long arm, but at least I have the length. There's definitely left length there. I just have to be careful with my edges. So now it's time to scrappy up some batting and Frankenstein it together. We are all basted in. I totally went for it with my 1 inch on each side. So that might be getting really close to being on the edge, but we're gonna go for it. So I'm gonna get everything all measured in and then we'll come back and get some quilting. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the worst. Hey, don't lick the batting. Here we are at the bottom. My bobbin ran out just right in here. So luckily I had a pink one already wound so that would still match. So I can take this guy off, start the next one, and then knock out the next two. So I'll check back in when the next two are done. So here we are getting the last quilt out of 3 situated. And I just have to show you, Trixie is here, maybe not physically, but might as well update the screen so then she's always watching. So let's knock this sucker out and call it good. So I'm glad I tested out this eyelet pantograph on one of these ones because I'm seeing that the placement is off. This here is actually supposed to be interlocking with this. Like this empty space isn't supposed to be here. So next time I do this, because I'm already at the bottom and I have twice as many more zones to do, so next time I do this, I'm going to kind of be a little more fussy and figure out how to place these properly so that they interlock like you'll see when we take it all off and get the bottom row. And there we are, 3 little practice quilts that just need binding, but considering that I can do everything in my own house now is a wild and crazy idea. But boy, is it going to be exciting. We're going to get some real quilting progress getting done now.